The most dangerous word in shopping is not luxury. It's not premium. It's not even exclusive. The word that hijacks your brain every time you see it is off. 70% off. 50% off. Today only. Final hours. And here's the thing. Even if you promised yourself you wouldn't buy anything, something in your mind shifts the instant you see it. You feel like a smart shopper. You feel like you're in control. You feel like you're saving money. But in reality, that feeling is not a coincidence. And it is not your fault. It's engineered. Somewhere, a team of psychologists, designers, and marketers, the pricing architects, have calculated exactly which numbers, which timers, which word will trigger you to act. The discount isn't about saving money. It's about creating a feeling, a micro-victory. And once that feeling hits, your decision isn't fully yours anymore. By the end of this video, you'll understand why discounts are so irresistible, the psychological tricks behind them, and most importantly, how to avoid falling into the discount trap yourself. Chapter 1. The I got a deal feeling. Imagine walking into a store and seeing a jacket for 100 euros. It feels normal. It feels reasonable. You might even pause for a moment and consider whether you really need it. Now imagine the same jacket originally cost 200 euros and is now marked down to 100 euros. Suddenly, your brain lights up. That purchase feels like a win, even though you're paying exactly the same amount as before. Why? Because our brains don't respond solely to the price. They respond to the story around it. The story tells your mind, you beat the system. You got more than what you paid for. And when your brain believes that, dopamine is released, the same chemical that fires when you succeed at a game, hear great news, or bite into something delicious. You feel clever. You feel victorious. You feel like you've won. And that, right there, is what companies are selling. Not the jacket, not the shoes, not the gadget. The feeling of victory, the sense of saving money. That's the real product. And the object you buy comes along for the ride. Chapter 2, the anchoring effect. Now, let's get into the engine behind that feeling. It's called the anchoring effect, and it is one of the most powerful psychological tools in retail. Our brains rarely evaluate a price in isolation. Instead, we compare it to a reference, usually the first price we see. Imagine you spot a watch for 499 euros. Alone, it seems expensive, but then you see it says, original price 1,000 euros. Suddenly, 499 euros feels like a bargain. The watch didn't change. Your money didn't change. Only the comparison changed. That original 1,000 euros is the anchor, and anchors are deliberately set by retailers. Sometimes they reflect a real previous price. Sometimes they're inflated. Sometimes they exist purely to make you feel the discount is meaningful. The point is, your sense of whether something is cheap or expensive isn't fully yours. It has been influenced by a number chosen for you. And once that anchor is planted, your perception of value has quietly shifted. Chapter 3, Scarcity and FOMO. Add scarcity into the mix, and you have a psychological double whammy. Only 3 left in stock. Offer ends in 2 hours. 14 people are viewing this item right now. These aren't just statements. They're triggers. Psychologists call it FOMO, the fear of missing out. Evolution wired our brains to act quickly when an opportunity seems scarce, because missing it could have been costly for survival. And today, that instinct is leveraged in every sale. Scarcity makes your brain short-circuit. You compare less, you research less, and you justify more. The countdown timer isn't decoration. It's a cognitive override designed to make you act fast. The flash sale exists not because 4 hours is an optimal economic window, but because it's short enough to prevent reflection. Urgency tells you to act. Value tells you if the item is worth it. The most successful sales blend both until your mind can no longer distinguish the difference. Chapter 4, the illusion of saving. Now let's expose the deepest trick of all. Imagine a product usually costs 100 euros. Today, it's discounted to 70 euros. You buy it. You tell yourself, I saved 30 euros. But think carefully. Did you actually save money? Saving means keeping something you already had. In reality, you spent 70 euros. The discount didn't save you money. It reframed the expense to feel like saving. That is the central illusion. It doesn't just alter the price. It changes the way your mind interprets the entire transaction. Spending becomes saving, urgency becomes responsibility, and your own logic is hijacked. And here's the kicker. If you weren't going to buy at full price, no real saving occurred. The only purchase that truly saves money is the one you never make. Even a 90% discount on something you don't need is just a smaller mistake. It's not a win. It's a $10 error instead of a $100 one. Chapter 5. Why Companies Love Discounts. If discounts cut profit, why are they everywhere? Because they are incredibly effective at generating revenue. First, volume. Even if margins shrink, selling many more items often beats selling fewer items at higher margin. Second, basket expansion. You come for one discounted item, but you leave with several full-priced items. The sale primes your mind to spend more. Third, customer capture. Discounts attract new buyers, bring them into the system, and increase the chance of repeat purchases. Every discount is an investment in behavior. Companies are not being generous. They've calculated exactly how to make the sale profitable. The discount is a lever. The product is secondary. And as a buyer, the question you should ask yourself is, does this make sense to me? Mid-video CTA. If you're learning something new and want to take control of your spending, hit like and subscribe now, because in the next video, we'll uncover how subscription models and recurring offers trick you even more subtly over time. Chapter 6. How to Outsmart Discounts. So how do you fight back? Awareness is the first weapon, and then a simple framework. Ask yourself 4 questions before buying anything on sale. First, would I buy this at full price? If no, the discount is doing the work, not the product. Second, can I wait 48 hours? Many impulse purchases vanish once the pressure is removed. Third, what is the real price history? Tools like price trackers or browser extensions reveal whether the original price was ever real. And fourth, am I buying the product or the feeling of saving money? That feeling is the product the discount is selling. Just pause and ask these 4 questions drastically reduces unnecessary purchases and makes your decisions intentional rather than reactive. Discounts don't work because they're cheap. They work because they exploit your psychology, your brain's reward systems, your perception of value, and your instinctive reactions to scarcity and urgency. The question is not how big the discount is. The question is, are you really making this decision yourself, or has someone else already designed it for you? Every flash sale, every limited time offer, every anchor price is a carefully engineered system that nudges your brain. Awareness is your only shield. So the next time you see 70% OFF or only today, pause and ask, am I buying this because I truly want it or because I'm being manipulated into feeling I'd lose if I didn't? Comment below what the last purchase you realized was a psychological trap. You might be surprised how often it happens. And remember, the most powerful saving is the money you never spend.